There's a question that haunts men as they get older, a question whispered only in silence. Can age itself physically shrink a man? Most people dismiss it as a myth. But the shocking truth is, it's not only real, it's happening because of a hidden process inside your body that you can, and must, fight back against. The greatest threat to your size isn't a number on your calendar, it's a silent thief operating inside your blood vessels as we speak. This thief is called atherosclerosis, a condition where your arteries, the vital highways for your blood, slowly begin to clog and harden. It's a hidden process that often starts decades before you notice a single symptom, working quietly in the background of your life to diminish your body's vital functions. Think of it like the plumbing in an old house. Over many years, rust and buildup begin to narrow the pipes, restricting the flow of water to every faucet in every room. The exact same process is happening with your blood vessels, and just like in a house, certain areas start to show the effects of that low pressure much sooner and more dramatically than others. This isn't just a metaphor, it's a precise description of your body's reality. So why does this specific area get hit so hard? Because its internal structure is essentially a dense, complex sponge, uniquely designed to absorb a massive rush of blood in order to function. Unlike a muscle that can work with less, this tissue relies entirely on that powerful, unimpeded flow. When the pipes leading to it are even partially clogged, the entire system is put under immediate and constant strain, unable to reach its full capacity. When that powerful blood flow becomes weak or restricted, the sponge can no longer get fully nourished. The tissues are effectively starved of the oxygen they desperately need to stay healthy, elastic, and robust. Over time, this chronic starvation leads directly to atrophy, which is the clinical term for when living tissue weakens, shrinks, and literally wastes away from its original, full potential, simply because it lacks the resources to sustain itself. But this slow, devastating clogging of your body's most critical pathways is truly only half of the story. While your arteries are hardening, another, even more subtle damage is taking place at a microscopic level. It's a process of internal scarring you can't see or feel, but it's where the damage can become truly permanent. And understanding that is the next critical step in this fight. So, let's talk about those hidden scars. Imagine that over decades, your body has been building tiny, rigid internal walls where there once were flexible, open pathways. This damage doesn't come from a major injury you'd remember, but from a lifetime of normal activity. Every minor strain, every unnoticed impact, can create microscopic tears inside the delicate tissues, triggering a healing response you're not even aware of, a response that has a hidden cost. This response is your body's natural repair system. When tissue is damaged, your body rushes to fix it by laying down tough collagen fibers, which create scar tissue in a process called fibrosis. While this is perfect for healing a cut on your arm, it becomes a major problem inside highly specialized elastic structures. It's a repair job that prioritizes patching the hole over preserving the original function, and that trade-off has serious consequences down the line. Here's the critical difference. Healthy, erectile tissue is designed to be incredibly elastic, like a high-tech sponge that can expand dramatically. Scar tissue, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. It's stiff, rigid, and has almost zero ability to stretch. Every time a small patch of that elastic, spongy tissue is replaced by this rigid scar tissue, a tiny piece of your potential expansion capacity is permanently lost. It's like replacing a small section of a rubber band with a piece of thread. One tiny scar, or even a dozen, wouldn't make a noticeable difference on its own. But we are talking about a cumulative process that occurs over 30, 40, or even 50 years. Thousands of these microscopic, thread-like patches begin to add up, compromising the integrity of the entire structure. The overall elasticity slowly diminishes, meaning the tissue can no longer stretch to its original, full length. This gradual stiffening results in a very real, measurable loss of size. This internal 1-2 punch, clogged arteries restricting flow and stiffening scars limiting elasticity, is a powerful force. But there is a third major factor that contributes to this problem, and this one is different. It's not a hidden process happening deep within your body's mechanics. In fact, for millions of men, it's the most visible and frustrating part of the entire equation, and it has everything to do with what you see in the mirror every single day. We've talked about the invisible damage happening deep inside your body, but what about the changes you can plainly see? What if I told you that a significant portion of the length you believe you've lost might not actually be gone at all? It might simply be in hiding, concealed by a completely reversible process that affects millions of men, especially as they cross the 50 and 60-year-old mark, and most don't even realize it's happening. This phenomenon is related to something called the suprapubic fat pad. This is the area of fatty tissue located directly above your pubic bone, at the base of your abdomen. As men age, metabolism often slows, and weight gain tends to accumulate around the midsection. This causes that specific fat pad to grow larger and thicker, creating a cushion of tissue that begins to expand downwards, changing the very landscape of your anatomy. Now, remember that the base of the penis is anchored internally to the pubic bone, it doesn't just float. As that fat pad expands, it effectively engulfs the base of the shaft, pulling the surrounding skin forward and covering it up. Think of it like a turtleneck sweater. The higher you pull the collar, the less of your neck is visible. The exact same principle applies here. The organ itself has not changed size, but the amount that is externally visible has been dramatically reduced. This isn't just a theory, it's a matter of simple anatomy, and the results of reversing it are measurable. In fact, clinical observations have consistently shown that for every 30 to 50 pounds of excess weight a man loses, he can effectively uncover up to a full inch of visible length. This isn't about creating new tissue, it's about simply reclaiming the territory that was lost and bringing your full, natural size back into view. So, we've now unmasked the three primary enemies in this fight: clogged arteries, internal scarring, and hidden length. Knowing what you're up against might seem daunting, but understanding your opponent is the most critical part of any battle. Because each of these enemies has a specific weakness, and they can be fought. Now that we understand the problems, we can turn our attention to the solution: a clear, science-backed, three-step defense plan to fight back on all three fronts. So, we've identified the enemies. Now, let's talk about the battle plan. This isn't about some magic pill or a complicated medical procedure, it's about a straightforward, three-step defense plan rooted in proven science. Each step is designed to directly counteract one of the thieves we just unmasked. This is how you stop being a victim of the process and start taking active command of your body. Let's get straight into the plan. Step 1. Reopen the pipelines. The first step is the foundation for everything else, and it all starts with the health of your heart and blood vessels. To fight back against the clogged arteries of atherosclerosis, you must boost your cardiovascular health. This means incorporating regular cardio exercise into your routine, activities like brisk walking, swimming, or cycling. You are literally forcing your body to clean its own pipes, pushing more blood through the system and actively fighting the plaque buildup that causes the restriction in the first place. Step 2. Enforce the use it or lose it mandate. The second step is the most direct way to protect the tissue itself from the internal scarring of fibrosis. You have to enforce the use it or lose it mandate. Regular erectile function is the body's essential, built-in maintenance routine. It's not just for pleasure. Each erection floods the penile tissue with a powerful surge of oxygen-rich blood. This process nourishes the cells, keeps the elastic tissues flexible, and actively prevents the formation of that rigid scar tissue we talked about earlier. Step 3. Reclaim your hidden territory. Finally, the third step is about getting back what is already yours. To counteract the buried effect from the suprapubic fat pad, the solution is direct and visually rewarding. Focus on maintaining a healthy weight. This doesn't require an extreme diet or an impossible workout regimen. It simply means a consistent effort to manage your body composition, which naturally shrinks that fat pad over time, uncovering the length that was previously hidden and reclaiming your true territory. So there you have it. It's not a vague fear or an unstoppable force of nature, it's a set of specific challenges that have specific solutions. A three-front battle plan where you clear your internal pathways, actively maintain the health of the tissue, and reclaim the territory that is rightfully yours. This isn't just about fighting shrinkage, it's about fighting the very idea that aging has to mean a decline. It doesn't. Taking command of your health is the ultimate sign of strength. The knowledge you've gained today puts all the power right back into your hands. You are now equipped not just to understand what's happening to your body, but to actively do something about it. The choice to act is what separates the men who are defined by their age from the men who continue to define themselves, period. We're building a community of men right here who are committed to taking control of their health. To be a part of it, I want you to do 3 simple things right now. First, go to the comments section and tell us your first name, your age, and the city or country you're watching from. Seeing men from all over the world taking this step is incredibly powerful. Second, hit that like button. When you like this video, you send a signal to YouTube that this is important, valuable information. That signal helps ensure this content gets delivered to more men just like you who need to hear this message. And finally, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss our next video, where we'll continue to explore how to stay strong, vital, and powerful at any age. Thank you for watching.